Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I am April Martinez.
And I'm Paul Lopez.
And good morning on this wonderful Thursday. It is September. It is September 1st.
Yes.
Paul and I are here with you. And I have my Belize earrings on. And you have your September celebration shirt on. Is that the 41 shirt? Let's see. 41. Let's see. Q. Let's look. 41.
41.
I love it.
The
nice.
Theme is at the bottom.
Yeah.
You have the 10th of September celebration.
There's like the lighthouse.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. After putting in the plug T-shirt factory, this is their September celebration T-shirt.
Free marketing.
Well, you know what? I had to pay for the shirt, but
Facts.
I'll have to fight with them for that after this. But free plug, you go on T-shirt factory, and this is where you get that. Where you get these shirts. We've had the marketing director at T-shirt factory on set several times, and so she's been a great guest.
Yes.
Anytime she comes on, and so just put in that plug, and they actually have a discount on the shirt right now if you want to get it before.
I put in my Belize earrings on from Zest this morning, and they're the Belize flag with the little stud and the heart inside. You know, it's all like glitteries and colors because
April,
it's the 1st of September, so we have to get into it.
It's the best month of the year.
It's the best month of the year.
Excited.
I feel like Christmas people are come for you.
No, it's the best month of the year for Belize and Belizeans in general. Absolutely. Not only do we have a whole leap of holidays to celebrate this month, we talk about the 10th of September, we talk about the 21st of September. And then, you know, people, they had those persons who consider Carnival a holiday. And the thing is,
I mean, it falls on a Saturday.
It falls on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So we have Carnival right up this Saturday.
It's
happening here in Belize City, and we actually have a Carnival conversation in our
I feel like we've been having a Carnival conversation for the entire last week of August.
Okay, so there you go.
Just going to continue flowing on.
But it's September, April, and Belizeans love September because we get to celebrate, and we get to celebrate a lot. We get to celebrate our country. We get to celebrate our unique identity. We get to celebrate our culture. We get to celebrate our rich history. And I talk about not only Creole, I talk about the Garifuna, the Maya, the Hispanic, the East Indian, the Mennonites. Everybody comes out in one.
Yeah.
And we say, yes, we the Belizeans, this is for we country. Yo soy Beliciano.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure how to say it in Garifuna.
It's on John Palme just now.
Right there.
But, no, yes, we definitely do have that sense of diversity in our country when it comes to groups and ethnicities and backgrounds and so forth. But at the end of the day, you're right. We all come out because we love and respect our country, and we're celebrating our independence and our other September holidays. So it's September 1st. We're going to have more conversations about what's happening this month with some of our guests.
Indeed.
But, you know, in the morning we like to talk about the headlines of the news the night before.
What's buzzing.
And what's buzzing and so on. And it's no stranger to any of you that's out there listening this morning that the biggest conversation right now is this.
So the thing that's not buzzing right now, April, is haircutters.
Yeah.
They're not buzzing.
You make a dad joke at 6:30 in the morning, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Nah, but it's a serious issue. It caused perhaps what can be classified as some divide among persons within the population when, well, from Monday, the conversation that was raised from Monday. From media reports that some students in Orange Walk were being barred from entering the classroom. About 6 students were being barred from entering the classroom because of the hairstyle that they were wearing to go to school. It, according to school policy, was deemed as long hair, in that it did not fit in with the definition, the school's definition of short hair and what short hair is supposed to be, because if I understand correctly, the rules at the school speaks to short hair, that your hair is supposed to be short. And so they were barred from entering the classroom, and that became a huge report on Tuesday. And of course, yesterday, following the upheaval from that report, we saw the Ministry of Education issue a release saying, hey, while, and I'll pull up the release a bit later on in the conversation, but basically to say that students shouldn't be barred from entering the classroom because of such a thing. That while the administrations and schools do have the right to implement their rules for administrative and management purposes, so it's true that schools authorities do have the right to impose codes of conduct and general rules and guidelines for the proper administration of their schools. Students cannot, however, be removed from or denied admission to school because of the length of their hair. And that's the statement, the paragraph that stood out to me from this statement, because my issue, or the issue I take with this whole situation, is the fact that these students were barred from entry, barred from gaining access to school, barred from the classroom, barred from learning. I mean, April, we just went through COVID, and we've had a heck of a time outside of the classroom trying to figure out how is it that we can get our children back into the classroom. How is it that we can bridge the learning divide that was created by COVID over 2 years? Then comes the student, perhaps on what was the first day, if not the second week of school. And the first thing you look at is to decide how I can bar them farther, or how I can keep them out of the classroom for a longer period after being out of the classroom for 2 years, and because of the length of your hair.
No, I agree with you that there's a lot to unpack. And I read the memo, and I watched the news, and I've been seeing what people are saying online, and hearing the conversations. And one of my questions is, and maybe it sounds very naive of me to ask, but what is the problem with hair? What is the problem in having a certain length of hair, a certain hairstyle that puts a policy in place at a school to say that they can't have this length? Grooming and presentation can be in many forms, and dressing appropriately can be done in many ways. And if it's not taking away from the learning capability of the individual, if it's not taking away, if not decrease the grades in any kind of way, then what? I just want to know, and if there's somebody out there that can explain to me the policy of hair and grooming at a school, please let me know. Because for me, hair and makeup and the way we dress is a form of expression. It's a form of individual expression for every person. And if it's not taking away from your IQ points or to get a good grade, then why are we even having this discussion in the first place? And I will go a step further and to say, because I've been seeing things about discipline, instilling discipline. How does keeping your hair at a certain length instill discipline when we are going back into a classroom setting that was similar to pre-COVID? right? Where you literally had 2 years of no kind of classroom setting, and we are trying to find ways in getting back to that normal before pre-COVID. But by us trying so hard and working towards putting us back in that uniform setting of a classroom, this is the conversation we're going to have right before we start the new school year. You know, that is where that's where I don't understand, and maybe I am not as, I guess, as outraged as the world. But when it comes to something like this, we're choosing sides based on different social dynamics and social issues that are, you know, have long been festered into this country. And I don't know if this is a conversation that should warrant us putting other things in the back burner to discuss. Because at the end of the day, again, if it's not affecting the learning of the students, why are we having this conversation?
And I appreciate your perspective also as a lecturer, as an educator, someone who deals with children, who deals with adults, who deals with students on a daily basis. I'm sure you've never encountered a situation where you've had to tell somebody, please cut your hair because their grades look bad, and I know that your hair they affect your grades.
Only time I ever tell a student about their grooming was when and university setting is very different.
Of course.
Right? But the only time I think I ever tell a student about anything that is on top of their head was when Bale had a hat on, and he put it all the way down because he made it sleeping in my class, and so he never wanted to say. But that's the only time I said, hey, sir, please remove your hat, because clearly you're not engaged, right? But the matter of so many things wrong with our education system, and this is what we choose to focus on, is what I think I am most upset about. There's so many other policies that need to be refurbished. There's so many other disciplines that we need to kind of take a hold of. And, you know, when it comes to things like uniforms and so forth, that is, to me, uniforms and so on, those are different because those are standard, those are mandated, and you know, you are given a certain criteria to wear. But when it comes to your hair being a part of your individualism and your individual expression, whether, you know, it's long, short, braided, or not braided, however it is that you want to wear it, if it's not affecting you, why is this a problem?
You know,
just tell me, why not a problem?
I know it's not a issue. I know that wearing your hair a certain type of way, it's not an issue for learning, because I see where certain schools right here in Belize, some schools that are considered prestigious or of a higher class. We're talking some private schools here in Belize. They don't have that sort of a mandate or those sort of rules where you have to keep your hair a certain length. I tell you that these students seem to be doing just fine to me. So it's not a matter of learning. So then, what is it?
Well,
that's the question. And like you rightfully mentioned, there's a lot of issues within the classroom, for example, that we can be focused on. There's a lot of national issues affecting students. There's issues affecting students, issues of the economy, issues where it's teachers, they have to go all out and spend money out of their own pockets to prepare their classrooms for students to return. We had the nurses that had to protest the other day. I'm just saying, I'm just using it as a comparison to say that it seems as if there is way more outrage about the type of hairstyle that a child prefers to use over a lot of these national issues. And when you look at the images that were circulating on social media of these students in Orange Walk, clearly they went to see the barber. Clearly they had markup, they had that type of shape. They
styled their hair in that way.
So they styled their hair. It's not as if it was unkept. You know, it's not as if they did not make a conscious decision to get groomed. But April, you have to admit that we live in a new era,
Yeah.
and we are the future of this nation. And whether we like it or not, the old guards, those that may be all in support of these rules, they will phase out. And this generation will take over, and we are here to say that these are the norms and the standards we want to be guided by.
I'm really glad you brought it up, because for me, we're talking about the discipline and the rules and so on. And I asked, who are the rules for predominantly? What order are you trying to keep? Is it for a school image? Is it for administration image? Are you really that concerned about the well-being of the child that they have to look a certain way, to look professional, to act a certain way, to be professional? Are you preparing them for the real world in that aspect? What are you trying to do? So the reality is and Paul and I had this conversation way before you should have a city amount of stuff with the show. But, you know, I've learned from teachers that walk in a class with a bunch of tattoos and, you know, crop shorts, and that doesn't affect the amount of intelligence that they have. So that is where my, I guess that's where my brain goes, right? The fact that if you are intelligent, if you are capable, if you are smart, if you are a productive member of society, you should not be judged by your appearance and your hair. It's my thing.
And so this is where, we now must take the conversation, April. We must now take the conversation in the direction of how do we refine, perhaps address these rules and make alterations as necessary. I think that's where the conversation must head now, and I think that input must be had from the students that are being affected. I think that input must also be had from the adults, of course, and from the schools as they see fit, so that we could move forward in a uniformed manner, no pun intended, because at the end of the day, this conversation will resurface and it will come up again. There have been challenges in court, even within our police department, where hairstyles are concerned, and it sets the backdrop for perhaps challenges that may come in cases like this.
I mean, I think I put out questions for the viewers, and some of them are replying back. And please, yes, reply back, because I do need to engage in this conversation in a way where, you know, some people are said that it's silly that we're having this conversation because rules are rules. And again, I put it, rules are rules to who? Are these the foundations of society that will, you know, break if we decide to step into a new era and to do something different? You know, I get it. I do understand that there are certain formalities. I do. I just want to know who are the rules for, and why are we still constantly having this conversation?
Never have I ever, you know that game? Never have I ever been prompted to pick up a gun because of the type of my hairstyle. And if you look at the hairstyle I have, it's not considered by many. I don't think I would be accepted into a high school or a classroom at this stage with my hairstyle. But yes, never, because I've never looked in the mirror and said, oh, I'm a bad man now, or I'm a rebel now, or I will not subject myself to the rules and the guidelines and the guiding principles of my workplace and society at large because of my haircut or because of my hairstyle. I don't know that that influences one's behavior in the manner that we want to picture it as the type of influence. It does not have that level of strength. And so again, I go back to saying that we do need to look and revise these
again,
rules.
and I'm very, very happy that our viewers are engaging with us, because, you know, somebody asked about what we're teaching about abiding by rules and protocols at an institution. What is it that we're teaching? And you know what? You're absolutely on point. We don't really do this in a formal setting. We kind of put the rules and the policies in place, and we tell people to just follow them. And then we kind of shut out people that ask questions as to why we do. And the answer of you just have to follow them because they are the rules is not enough. It doesn't help in critical thinking. It doesn't help in professional development and growth. And the reason why I say these things is because when we subject our students to just follow without asking questions, and listen, if the rules of the school are, this is how you have to keep your hair because I say so, as a child, you may not take that. Of course not. No child would take that. The child would come back and say, but why? And that is when you are supposed to provide that kind of discussion. You're not supposed to shut down and say, because those are the rules. There are rules to discipline in society, but we have to be able to provide a safe space where you can have those rules and discuss why it's important. Why is it the foundation of society to have these rules? Why is it important for your discipline? And the reason why I say so is because we end up training these kids to be robots from primary to high school, and then expect them to come with an open mind to be critical thinkers in the university when we give them when we pose the question to be analytical, give me your opinions. They can't, because they have been so formatted to follow rules and to sit still and to be quiet and not ask questions.
Yeah.
You have to be engaged in society in these kinds of discussions. You have to.
You know, just final, not to belabor this point, April.
Yeah, sorry
but
about that.
Again,
I kind of gone for a rant,
I truly appreciate your contributions to this. I think what you've said is well articulated, well thought out, and easy to understand your point of views. We live in a society where we encourage our adults to voice their opinions, to speak out, to protest. We see it with the government, we see it with political parties, we see it with student unions, we see it with youth bodies, where we're encouraging our youths and we're encouraging our adults to speak out, to protest, to stand up and make their voices be heard. And our children are seeing that.
Yep.
Our children are hearing that,
Yep.
and they're saying, well, why is it that I too cannot share my concerns? We have youth parliament, we have children parliament, where we are encouraging our children to
ask
engage,
questions and to engage
in these debates
Yes.
and these issues of national importance and national concern. Well, here is an issue where youths are saying, I want my voices to be heard. I want my concerns to be aired out, and I don't just want to be shut down and to have a response that rules are rules and it's about discipline. Well, let's have the conversation. Let's talk about it.
Explain to me why, again, and I will pose the question out there. Explain to me why these types of rules are set for our foundations and our building blocks of society. Tell me why. And please don't say, you know, you go into a deep end, or you ask questions and rules are rules and this is policy, and if we don't have discipline, then our kids not learn anything. No, because one, it takes a village. You, the parent, instill your rules at home, how you are to have your kids be productive members of society, that your teachers do that at school, the entire community at school, friends and administration do that, and then your neighbors down the street do it. You know, your extended family does it. So if we're going to talk about teaching kids how to abide by rules and be disciplined, it's not just for an institution to do. And we have to stop at some point.
Yes.
But I just want to say that if it doesn't affect the learning capability for me personally, April Martinez, that is my opinion, I don't see the issue of this policy. Of having this conversation about here. If the kid is smart and they can do it and they can be productive members of society, their hair should not be an issue. That is my 2 cents.
April will not belabor the point any further. I think our viewers.
I appreciate our viewers commenting. I really do. I love that you guys were up, engaged, asking us questions. It definitely keeps us on our toes when you at home talk to us. We need to hear your opinions as well.
You know, it's just a part of the national discussion being brought here because it's already we put ourselves in that whirlwind, you know.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of negatives and positives, and this morning's eye opener will be all about focusing on the positive. And so here is our eye opener for this morning, taken from dailyom.com. And it goes like this. You can choose to focus on the positive, even when you're surrounded by the negativity. Sometimes we start out with the best intentions to think and speak only positive thoughts, but the people around us throw us off course. Not everyone fully understands the power of our thoughts and the power our thoughts and words have, or even if they do, they may be stuck in old patterns of negativity. Much of our habitual communication takes the form of complaining and criticizing, and it can be hard to find a way into certain conversation without lapsing into those old habits. However, we always have the option not to participate in negativity or to find a way to influence the situation in a positive direction. In the right company, you may even be able to directly acknowledge the fact that things have taken a negative turn, thus freeing yourself and others from the negative pull. A powerful way to free yourself from the negative pull is to enlist allies who are similarly minded. The power of 2 people working to promote the positive is exponentially greater than 1 person working on their own. As you and your allies work together to lift the energy around you, you will be amazed to see how quickly the positive pull begins to draw people into its orbit, freeing one mind after another from negativity into light.
I like this.
Of course.
You can choose to focus on the positive even when you're surrounded by negativity. That, I think, is a feat. That is hard to do, especially when you don't feel negative energy, and then like Paul is executing negative energy. How can I rise above and feel positive? I don't know if you've ever been in a space or a situation where there's so many bad things happening at the same time. And then let's just say that the last thing to piss you off is the fact that maybe your Lee belt hook get caught up on a door and now you're stuck. And that is the thing that breaks you, and then you let out this rage, right? How do you move on to become a positive source after all of these horrible negative things?
I mean, it's hard, April, especially when you reach that point where you go, I can't do it no more. You know, when you reach that point, it's like, all right, where do I go from here? It's going to be an uphill battle for me. I think the first step is to declutter, is to spend a few minutes just decluttering and searching through all the negative to see where is it that I could find one positive thing to be grateful about, even if it is the fact that I'm able to declutter, or the fact that I have life right now, that I'm able to breathe a sigh of relief. You could find positives. For example, in the whole conversation we had earlier, the positive is that there's a conversation happening, and positive is that the conversation continues. That's a positive. In the midst of all the negatives that is happening around the situation. So there is always room to find something positive, but it's a search, and in some cases the search is much more difficult than in other cases.
I agree, but you know what? Let's try to find that positive light this morning,
Yeah.
in spite of all of these. You know what? Not even in spite of all of these negative conversations, because guess what? These conversations are good to have. It is
are.
how you progress in society.
It
Whether or
is.
not you and I or you
It
and
is.
I disagree on a particular topic does not make it a bad thing. In fact, the more we are able to have a healthy debate, the better it is that we can start to create solutions to problems,
A
right?
communication, April, is basically us partnering to resolve an issue.
Yeah.
Whether it's with varying views or opposing views, conversation is positive because it's us partnering.
Yeah.
Your bit and my bit together, we have figured this
We
thing
have
out.
figure this out, but you know what we have to figure out?
The weather.
The weather. So, do we have the folks from the Met Service available for us this morning to give us the weather? It was a nice drive this morning, kind of rainy, kind of not, but then we were also going through that tropical wave the other day.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure, but I'm curious to see how the weather is going to prevail for Carnival. I mean, I know,
It's here.
you know, rain can't stop the reggae jam, but
Yeah.
still, right?
Yeah.
People might not want to go because of the rain. So we'll have the weather for you folks in a bit. Oh wow! I think I jumped the gun with the weather this morning, but let's see who we have on the line. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello, yes, good morning, everybody, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing fine,
I always
just doing fine,
enjoy
man. I have
hearing
no
from
complaints. Just here ready to brief you all what you can expect today.
Let's hear the
All right.
good news.
Let's hear the
then
good news,
about
Katrin.
how sunny and dry of days
I
we
don't
will
think I
have.
have much good news, man.
Ah,
guys.
man.
Okay, the general situation, we have April and I don't...
Paul.
Next friend?
Paul is here.
Paul is here with me this morning.
Okay, April and Paul, yes, man. Okay, what we have moist and unstable weather affecting the country, and we expect that to prevail for the next few days.
Oi.
Oh man.
So for the next 24 hours, you're gonna expect cloudy skies with sunny breaks today. The high temperatures will range from 86 along the coast, 90 inland, 81 over the mountains. Tonight will be cloudy with low temperatures of 79 along the coast, 72 inland, and 67 in the higher elevation. For this morning, expect a few outbreaks of showers, isolated thunderstorms, or periods of rain. Will develop mainly along the coast and over northern areas this morning, and then spread to most areas by afternoon. The rain is not affecting the country as yet because what happened, we have a land wind and that is keeping the showers them offshore. But as soon as the winds veer to the east and southeast, those showers will be coming in and affect us this morning. And as I said, activity spread to most areas by afternoon. Then tonight we have a decrease in activity. The showers will decrease a bit tonight. But then tomorrow morning we expect some outbreaks of showers and thunderstorms to develop over most areas. So we expect another increase in shower activity by tomorrow morning. The winds will be coming out of the east to southeast, 5 to 15 knots. The sea state will be light chop. And our outlook for Friday is for cloudy spells with some showers and thunderstorms and periods of rain affecting most areas of the country during Friday. And then activity slightly decrease by Friday night.
Ooh, so Saturday people could go Carnival.
Well, look at the something, April. But I know myself, Carnival, when you go to Yaba, you always get one nice bath for refresh you. And I think that will be the trend. And then as it starts to jump up, the showers and those dissipate out and you go and go Damaranto.
All right. They know how Katrin know because she gone out there and fit the other day. I know.
Pardon me?
I know you went out, Katrin. I know you went out and you're gone bash.
No, I'm a guy American Nash. Of course, I'm a guy American Nash. And I see my good friend John. Yes, man.
Oh, well, thank you so
Alright,
much for
yes,
that
but,
wonderful.
in the tropical weather, the area of interest, not of no concern to us, have no threat to us, is a body of low pressure located several hundred miles east of the Lesser Antilles. The system has a medium chance of developing to a tropical depression over the next 48 hours. For us, when it pertains to tropical cyclone formation, we don't have anything in our area for the next couple of days. We don't see anything out there. So that's what I have for you all, guys.
All right.
All right.
Well, you warned us, Catherine, and we are expecting. I mean, it's not bad news. It's positive news. People are still going to be able to go out.
Yes, man.
So,
But if you, especially for juvenile, if you all money up and all kind of thing, there, while you shower and rinse you off and you feel good and you go again, man. But
Indeed.
be positive like you all the time, Catherine. Thank you so much.
Thank you, April and John and Paul. Island. Bye-bye.
All right. Well, here you have it, folks. It might be a little bit rainy today, tomorrow, but should be cleared up by Friday evening and Saturday. But we got to get moving into our show for this morning. And as Paul and I had mentioned that we kicked off today with September. So naturally, we're going to have our folks that are here to talk about civic pride, Belizean culture, and all things September celebration. We'll have folks joining us from Niche and BTB to talk about the importance of our national symbols. So that should be a great conversation this morning.
And then in our second conversation, we have Carnage Menzies. And the folks there will talk to us about their transition to the digital ecosystem.
Nice. And we're going to end things off with September celebrations with the Colette Royals Carnival group. So they will be here to give us some highlights. I think we might be in studio, we might not be.
Well, we'll see.
We might be dressed up in colors. Who knows? But we will take a short break, and when we get back, all about September. Stay tuned.
Hola usuario de eCash, la aplicación eCash está disponible en español. Cambiar el idioma de tu aplicación de eCash de inglés a español es rápido y sencillo. Déjame mostrarte cómo se hace. Primero, abre tu aplicación eCash. Introduce tu PIN. Toca el icono More en la parte inferior de tu pantalla. Selecciona Security. Selecciona Language. Y luego selecciona Spanish. Vuelve a introducir tu PIN y ya está. Tu aplicación de eCash está ahora en español y puedes seguir disfrutando de tu cartera digital eCash. La aplicación eCash de Belize Bank te hace la vida más fácil.
Galenia Hospital, located in Cancun, Mexico's premier tourism destination, is a state-of-the-art healthcare facility that provides highly specialized medical services. We are Quintana Roo's biggest private hospital with board-certified doctors and staff. Some of our services include Cath Lab, Adult Intensive Care Unit, Neonatal Intensive Care Unit, emergency rooms, operating theaters, ambulance services, and more. We are a medically accredited hospital by JCI, Accreditation Canada International, and General Health Council, providing extraordinary care in every specialty, from our cardiology department to our neurology center. We are focused on treating the entire person, body, mind, and spirit. Contact us at medicaltourism@hospitalgalenia.com or visit our website at www.hospitalgalenia.com. Come to Galenia Hospital in Cancun for a truly personal medical care experience.
Make your summer better. Over $35,000 in cash and prizes with Smart Summer Sweepstakes. Here's how you can enter for a chance to win. Purchase any device, sign up for a smart postpaid, broadband, or VoIP plan, use $50 or more regular prepaid credit, do a SIM swap, or text to the short code. You win 8946. And in the body of the message, enter the number of entries you would like to purchase. Each entry costs only 50 cents.
Don't waste any time. You can be the winner of weekly prizes starting July 1st. All methods give you more chances to win. Airline tickets, overnight stays at numerous resorts, cash prizes, gift certificates, and much, much more. One lucky person will win the grand prize of a $10,000 shopping spree courtesy Court and Smart.
Promotion ends September 16, 2022. So make your summer better by getting in the race to win with Smart Summer Sweepstakes. Smart, bringing people together.
Carnival is back back on the streets again, and the best seat in the house is right here on Channel 5. Tune in on Saturday, September 3rd at 1 p.m. to catch our coverage featuring all things Carnival, from the King and Queen competition to mass camps to Juve, and leading up to this year's Road March. We'll bring you the sights and sounds of this year's Carnival live on Channel 5 and streamed on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Don't miss Carnival Road March 2022 live on 5.
Great Belize Productions Channel 5, proud winner of 9 Caribbean Media Awards for 2021. Best Investigative Report, Best News Item, Best Coverage of People with Disabilities, Best Financial Literacy Journalism, Best Videographer, Best Television Commercial Spot, and the People's Choice Award, with 2 special mentions for Financial Literacy Journalism.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
And we'll be back in a few, so stay tuned. Thanks, Jen. Hey there, we know you have to head out to work shortly, but don't forget that you can stay tuned by watching us on our Facebook live stream. Find us at Open Your Eyes BC, and you can continue watching there. You can also download Facebook Watch on your streaming device, and you can watch at your own convenience.
And for all the behind-the-scenes fun, follow us on Instagram at OYE Belize. So,
find us
and follow us
today.
And we are back with our first conversation for this morning, kicking things off with September 1st and all things September celebration, civic pride, Belizeanness, all the hashtags. We have joining us in studio the Senior Research and Education Officer at ISCR Niche, Mr. Rolando Cocom. Good morning. We have the Marketing Communication Associate of BTB, Ms. Felicia Palayo. Good morning.
Good morning.
And we have joining us the author of the National Symbols of Belize, a coloring book, Mr. Ellington Cayetano. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack in this short 20-minute segment. So I want to first start by saying it's Flag Day, September 1st. And we have with us Mr. Rolando, who will talk to us about what that means. So good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, April and Paul, for making me open my eyes very early this morning.
Definitely, that's how we do it.
Kind of our thing, right?
Today is National Flag Day, so in most municipalities, the flag was raised at 6 a.m. with a ceremony. The BDF, I know, do a wonderful protocol of raising the flag in Belmopan. That's the one that I've witnessed the most.
Okay.
And it's a very interesting and also sort of like a inspiring observation to make. So I encourage people to do so next year, because you've missed it already. It was at 6 a.m.
It's at 6, right?
Yeah. 6 a.m.
It's before our morning show, so it's not our fault.
And so Flag Day is about civic pride, and that ties in wonderfully with what we're doing here today, with the work that BTB is doing, with the work that Mr. Cayetano has produced, and we are so fortunate to support. And I'm sure there are many other Belizeans out there who are doing entrepreneurial activities around civic pride. I know there's Helping Hands in Belmopan, and she's creating this gift bag that people can purchase, and has a bunch of information on the national flag, on the national prayer, and and it's a fundraiser for her institution there in Belmopan. And I'm sure, like her and like Mr. Cayetano, there are many other persons out there who are doing their part in building nationalism and fostering unity in our country, which is will always be necessary for us to remain a proud people.
What is it about our flag, and I guess just the idea or the concept of Flag Day, that instills or should instill that level of civic pride as Belizeans?
Right. So there are many symbols of a nation, and in today's world, the flag is one of those most important symbols. It readily identifies a geographic space, but also a people. And for us in Belize, we know that we've had issues with consistency over what is the standard of the Belize flag. Particularly the yellow man on the flag has been an eyesore for many of us. And over the past few years, Niche, along with other ministries, have been collaborating to standardize the Belize flag. And you will remember that in 2019, we presented a version of this standardized flag, which had the support of government and the opposition at the time, for us to proceed with this work. And now we are at the stage where we are looking at the legal instruments that could help to enforce this new standard that has been finalized. So for instance, persons who are printing or distributing the Belize flag may likely, the legislation may speak to the fact that they may require a permit from an institution like Niche, so as to ensure that they are producing or distributing the correct flag, with the proper standards, especially when it comes to the colors of the coat of arms, which is a bit more intricate than other flags of the world. And so that's what we've been working on, and there are some more educational materials to come by.
So is that the correct coat of arms?
That is the correct coat of arms. So on it we have the scorn of the earth. There's 50 leaves around.
50 mahogany leaves?
Not mahogany leaves. Yes. So
they teach me body and social studies. Which one?
Yeah, but I feel like you'll know this, so you just set me up for learning.
So it's called the scorn of the earth. It's this vine that usually grows on top of other trees. So
I didn't know that,
I need to find out the scientific name when the next time I'm back.
Yeah.
And it also has there the mahogany tree at the center, providing this shade to the Afro-Belizean and Mestizo-Belizean men who are with tools from the logging industry, which was at the the start of the British settlement in this territory that is now Belize. There's also a sailboat and the sub umbra floreo, which means
under the shade, I flourish.
I flourish. All right, and you can see they're here as well, groomed as well. We have perhaps one of the more intricate flags from across the world. When you think of other nations that have 3 solid colors or 4 solid colors crossing paths, etc. What was the idea? How did we come to have such an intricate design for our flag?
Right. So we can call it intricate and unique, but the other world may look at it and say, why are you not following the standard?
Why you have so many things on the flag?
Right, because it should be much more, the standard is for very plain elements,
simple,
so it can be more easily reproduced and identified. Well, we are fortunate now. I think we are one of 2 with human depictions on our national flag. And this coat of arms comes from seal. What do we mean by seal? What we would call a stamp today. From the early 1800s here in British Honduras at the time, now Belize. And when the independence movement started, they referred to the original BMN flag, which was, they claim, sky blue with a white circle on it, and then this became the symbol for the People's United Party and their championing of the independence movement. Later on, as we approach independence and deciding upon the flag, there's a competition that's held, and that sees the integration of the red border on the top and the bottom of the flag, and the coat of arms. Due to research, they found the seal, and the coat of arms was already being used in some official colonial documents. It was originally 2 Afro Belizean men on it, and when we submitted our flag and other symbols as part of the decolonization process, this is what the government submitted, and this description is now available at most monuments. I believe all municipalities have a flag monument that was unveiled back in 2019, which has a description of the coat of arms in detail, and we encourage people to have a read at it, go out and find out more about it. And luckily too, Mr. Cayetano included the description as sort of like an appendix in the coloring book, and so that's at the end of the book, whereby people can find out more information. So it's a coloring book, but it also has some resource there for the parents and teachers. And so we're happy to have him do this type of work.
I mean, we all know that the flag is one of our dearly beloved national symbols, and the reason that we asked so much about the flag was because I know that when I go to school, they say you color it a certain way, you color the man a certain way, and it kind of would always stir up these questions as to why we choose their 2 man, and so it is important for us to know as Belizeans, But Felicia, let's get into the coloring book along with you and Mr. Cayetano. Let's talk about the inspiration and the entire coloring book itself with the other national symbols of Belize. So tell us about our symbols.
Well, I could get in a bit more about what BTB role in all of this is. The last time that I was here with you, April, we were talking about the Civic Pride campaign that was launched. And for us, the campaign ties directly into the information that Rolando is sharing, as well as the publication. The campaign focuses on creating values or pushing for values like having respect for the flag, for the anthem, appreciating our resources that we have as a country. And one of the ways, apart from what we're doing at BTB, which is putting out videos, putting out billboards across the country with this message, is to support initiatives like these. So over the past year, BTB has provided support to 3 publications, including Mr. Cayetano's, and they've all been by Belizean authors who have been putting out publications about Belize, specifically targeted at younger children or primary school level children. So Mr. Cayetano's one focuses on the national symbols, which is also a part of our campaign and helps our campaign by providing that educational material, providing the interactive activities for younger children to learn about our flag, the national flower, the national animals, the national tree. So something like this is definitely something that really falls within the scope of work that we're doing with the campaign.
So, Mr. Cayetano, why a coloring book?
Well, when I visit these bookstores in Belize, countrywide, I noticed that when you watch the shelves, the bookshelves, you hardly see any Belizean books, especially for children. And I decided, well, you know, I must can do something for these kids. At one bookstore, I saw one, and I double checked, and it's only one. I said, man, it's so sad. You know, all these foreign books on the bookshelf and whatnot. I said, man, I gotta do something about this.
So then why start with the national symbols? What I mean, they're beautiful. I love that they're big enough that you could color, and if you have somebody like me who can't stay in between the lines, they're big enough that you could, you know, get into it and color freely. But there's also fun facts on it as well. So it's not just that you have the coloring page itself here, but you also have, like, there's a national anthem, national prayer, some facts about Belize. I really appreciate this kind of simplicity in the coloring book itself, because when kids want to learn about their history, they're not really going to pick up a 60-page book, right? This is enough for them to look at and get some facts. So I want to get into the symbols itself and the importance. So here we have the flag, which Rolando explained vividly. But then why did we pick a tapir or a toucan or the black orchid? What do these mean for us?
Right. Well, these are all endangered species, as you know. And so we need to protect them, and it's all about bringing uniqueness to the country, because each country has these symbols, and so I think they're wonderful symbols that we need to pay respect to and to protect. And I think that ties into what Felicia is saying in terms of being Belizean and being patriotic. Yes, it's about standing at attention for the playing of the national anthem. It is ensuring that when you raise a Belize flag, that it's not torn, but it's also about not littering. It's about protecting the environment, protecting our flora and fauna that we are blessed with. And I think that is the purpose of these type of symbols that we as a nation have agreed to cherish. But it's also, I think, instructive for us to realize that it's also about the respect that we can give to each other, the difference of opinions, to celebrate our cultural groups, our different histories coming out of colonialism. And so there's much work that remains in sort of building bridges and building understanding, but we must do that work. And I think doing publications is just one way of doing that work. You know, the artists have their role to play. The media has their role to play, and we're grateful for opportunities like these to be able to partner in building unity. So I'm very grateful that we can participate in this work together.
So, Mr. Cayetano, what's the vision when a child picks up the book and begins to color the tapir and begins to color the flag and the coat of arms and begins to color the mahogany tree? What is it that you want them to experience and leave with?
Well, first of all, the book is a child-friendly book. It went through the Ministry of Education, and they present this book the way it should be child-friendly. So, as you notice, all the font and the color, another color, the drawing have to be big enough to so that the child can draw.
Can do it.
Can
right.
do it. And then most of the drawing I did by myself. I always trace illustration.
So you hand draw.
Yeah, hand draw. All illustration, everything
Nice.
I done hand draw.
Yeah.
And when a child pick up this book, they will always think that they are home. They are in a country, Belize.
Yeah.
So when you start color, with guidance to your parents, you will say, well, I'm in Belize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So you draw, and the national prayer is very important. The anthem is very important. So when the kids learn those, the prayer and the anthem, they'll really know that they are in Belize.
Yeah.
And they should love the prayer and the anthem.
Yeah, I think it teaches civic pride from such a young
exactly.
age. From the moment you're able to color and understand colors, first of all, you're with the flag, you're able to understand what color goes where as a child. So that's a big deal from the start. And then you'll be able to say, you know what, this is me, this belongs to me, this is my identity, this is who I am.
Because it's not, as you turn the first page,
Mm-hmm.
the first page it's marked what symbolized in the next page.
Yeah.
More to the front, more to the front.
More to the front?
Right.
Yeah. Ah, right.
It's a mark.
National
A symbol which represent me.
Yeah.
Oh,
right here in the little.
So what's that part for?
Well, this book will be your property. And probably your ethnic group or whatever you can put here.
Okay, so you choose.
What makes you Belizean?
What
makes you Belizean? Yes.
What would you put in that?
Well, this I would say that I'm a Garifuna.
Yeah.
And I love my culture.
So what would you put?
I put
Drum.
drums.
Nice.
Drums.
Nice. What did
So
you put in, Phil?
That's a difficult question. We don't have enough time. So Rolando and Felicia, talk to us as we're quickly wrapping up. What are the plans for September when it comes to Civic Pride? What is ISCR doing? What is BTB doing?
Yeah, thanks. So today is the Belize at 41 prize that's taking place at the House of Culture here in Belize City. And this is a prize for cultural and creative excellence. And so stay tuned for that. It will be broadcasted live on the National Celebrations Commission page for everyone to see. I don't want to say the winners yet, so I'll just
okay. But it's an award ceremony
until that happens. But it's more than an award ceremony happening. We're also unveiling this full September celebrations calendar officially later this afternoon.
Nice.
And so people will have access to that online and also in print form. And so we're excited about that and the unveiling of the National September video, and that's a series that started last year. And so exciting activities happening today, but also throughout this month. And we look forward to be able to discuss these more as they come up and to be back on the show.
Try hard enough to give away no kind of information.
And I know that BTB is partnering with so much events in celebrating our country.
But first, I just want to say that the toucan, the same toucan is part of the BTB logo.
Yes,
so that would be my favorite symbol, I have to say. And that has become such an identifier for the country. When tourists come, the toucan, you have to go to the zoo and see them. It is such an identifier for our country, along with the rest of the other symbols. For September, BTB is a supporter of the September Celebrations Commission. We sit on the National Celebrations Commission along with NICH. So we will be out there this afternoon as well. We have another Civic Pride video that we will be releasing this month, and that one will speak to some of the wildlife. Tapir you're going to see in there, you're going to see the orchid in there. It's going to have that messaging that we should have appreciation and be stewards for our resources. We're also going to be working to get the lyrics for the national anthem, information about the flag, the national prayer into schools. So I think we'll be back here to discuss that one when that's ready.
And everyone are ready. But Rolando, Felicia, Mr. Cayetano, thank you so much for dropping by.
April, I have one final question for Mr. Cayetano. The most important, where can we get the books?
Yes.
In the book, will be available at bookstore, certain bookstore. But for right now, it will be available only for me. For right now.
So how can people
and
reach
my
you?
number?
You have a Facebook account?
No, not as yet.
Okay.
But my number is 665 3387.
665-3387. Get your copy of the national symbols of Belize, a coloring.
And I would also like to thank Niche, Mr. Rolando Kokom, because he worked with me tirelessly with this book. I mean, we started out in, 2015?
Wow.
And it's going out in 2019.
So which one are they he draw?
Well, he write the script.
Okay.
And I want to thank BTV. Because they give me a grant, no? So I can do some more publication. So special thanks to Niche and BTB.
Perfect.
And I have two special friends who assist me with typing and other stuff. Special thanks go to Mr. Zita Lezama Moscham. And special thanks to Mr. Dana Williams. As I said on the first show, Dana Williams was the first person who offered me a flash drive, first donation.
Wow.
So Mr. Kai, you have to store
your
work on a flash drive, you know. You got a flash drive? I said, no. Get a flash drive for you.
Wow.
So the first contribution was from Dana Williams with a flash drive.
Wow.
And I can't mention again, Dita Mozama, Moscham. She helped me out a lot. She carried my work to her house and she do some of the corrections and whatnot. So special thanks to those ladies.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on your book, and thank you. And we hope that you purchase because it's really, really pretty. I want one just for me.
Well,
though.
we have one at
No.
Channel 5.
But thank you all for stopping by, and we look forward to seeing the calendar of events. We look forward to the BTB Civic Pride video, and of course, we look forward to seeing more of your books in the store.
Yes, thanks very much.
And with that, we're going to take our next break, and we'll be back with our second conversation. We're live on 5.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Fulltech Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere, satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
I'm a Belizean traveler. Are you?
Carnival is back. Back on the streets again, and the best seat in the house is right here on Channel 5. Tune in on Saturday, September 3rd at 1 p.m. to catch our coverage featuring all things Carnival. From the King and Queen competition to mass camps to Juve and leading up to this year's Road March. We'll bring you the sights and sounds of this year's Carnival live on Channel 5 and streamed on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Don't miss Carnival Road March 2022 live on 5.
Great Belize Productions Channel 5, proud winner of 9 Caribbean Media Awards for 2021. Best Investigative Report, Best News Item, Best Coverage of People with Disabilities, Best Financial Literacy Journalism, Best Videographer, Best Television Commercial Spot, and the People's Choice Award, with 2 special mentions for Financial Literacy Journalism.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes, go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
All right, and we are back with our second conversation for this morning. We're going to talk all about Carl H. Menzies' transition to the digital ecosystem, or as we know it here in Belize, Belize On. And here to tell us all about it is none other than the chair of the board of Carl H. Menzies Company Limited, K. Menzies.
Hi there.
As well as marketing manager of Belize On, Yannick, right? Yes, Flowers. Yes. Yannick Flowers and Miss K. Menzies. Good morning.
Good morning, folks, and good morning, Belize. Thanks for having us on.
How are we this morning?
It's a pleasure to be here. It's early.
It's early.
I mean, almost 8 o'clock.
Most conversations don't start before 8, but yeah.
It's true.
Very true.
But
you know what? New day, new chapter.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And
That's a good way to start
and
it.
a new way of bringing out Carl H. Menzies.
Right. So we're talking all about Belize On. Carl H. Menzies, a staple name in homes across the Belize district, across the country. And here you are setting the trend for what is a new wave, I would imagine, of digital ecosystem online shopping with Belize On. Let's talk a bit about, let's talk with the chair first about what are you most proud of when you think about Carlich Menzies company?
Yeah, well, it's a long list. I have to say, it has been a stellar company to be a part of all my life. Obviously, it's a family-owned company.
Yeah.
And one of the things that my parents always taught me was, you know, try new things, always try to innovate, always try to pay attention to what's out there and stay ahead of it.
Yeah.
And one of the things we've always focused on in the time that I was there is customer service and quality. Always quality. Never get into a price battle, focus on quality. And, you know, the fact that we're able to pivot like this, I think, speaks to the strength of our heritage and our DNA. And, you know, so if I start to list off what all, I don't think you have enough time in this show today.
60 years.
Yeah, it's longer than I'm alive. My parents started it off. To keep any business going for 50 odd years is good. And then to get that business to pivot.
Yeah.
After a 50-year existence of doing things a certain way, and have it be able to pivot and take off is another. So you know, it says that the DNA has been very, very strong for the company. The mission has been clear, focused, and continues.
So just to be clear, Carlich Menzies Company Limited officially closed its doors, correct?
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yesterday, 5 o'clock. It's physical, brick and mortar doors.
Brick and mortar doors. And when I speak of doors, I don't know that.
No, well, people will.
Well, technically we rolled down the shutter, but
You're right. So you rolled down the shutter yesterday.
Yes.
What was going through your mind and that of your staff? Was it a sentimental, was it an emotional day for you guys over there?
Well, I think Yannick will have to speak a little bit more to the day-to-day because I actually wasn't there yesterday.
Yeah.
But I think for me, when the team came to me and said, we think Belize On is on its feet, there's time to make a transition here and let's consider it. And we went through all the numbers and the discussions and everything. At that time, for me, it was a little bit sentimental. And again, I remembered my father who said, never fall in love with something that can't love you back.
Yeah.
And the fact about business is that it is about change and evolution and moving forward. If you continue to look backward, you can't drive looking in the rearview mirror, and you can't do business focusing on what has been. And so, you know, this when the team spoke to me, for a minute there, I was, you know, and we thought about it and we said, but this is what we do. We move on to new things and we find ways to do things to serve our public. So when the doors closed yesterday, actually I was in a meeting somewhere else, but I can imagine the folks there, from what I've seen when I've met with them the last few weeks, I think they were quite excited and saying, all right, this one's over, let's get started, you know.
Right. And so now we talk about the transition.
Yeah.
Belize On. What we've had you on, but no pun intended. But we've had you guys on before. But at this point, it means a lot more.
Of course.
Given the fact that you're going fully into the digital age, as April rightfully says. Let's talk about that transition and what that looks like.
Of course, I think the last couple of days has been just an era of a new chapter for us, right? When we think about Carlich Menzies invested and created Belize On 3 years ago, we look at where we were and we look at where we are today. 3 years later, when Belize On was first started, we had about 5 vendors on the site, a couple products. Today we have over 100 vendors selling over 2,000 products on that site. We look at Belize On Dropbox, right? We first started, you know, delivering for small businesses with the box types 1, types 2, types 3. We've actually invested recently in fleet lines, trucks, vans, boats to handle all our delivery and all our markets. When we look at Belize On the Way, I was just here in March, right? Telling you guys about, we started strong with 4 restaurants. Today we have over 18 restaurants on the site and looking to launch in another district, hopefully Bumapan for April, right? So when we really look at where we were 3 years ago and where we are today, I think the only feeling we can have is excitement, because the growth that we have seen has just been exponential, and we're excited, and the entire team is excited because it's been a transition, like you said. Everyone from the Carlish Menzies team is coming over to Belize On. We're excited to be in this new digital era that is very much in tandem with what's happening globally. And so Kay, myself, all of us here, we feel very, very proud that Carlish Menzies is really getting behind and getting ahead of the curve, And Belize On is the new age, and we're excited.
I just wanted to make it clear. So this was an initiative that began way before COVID hit. Did COVID stall it, or did it kind of like amplify?
Well, we actually launched right before COVID hit, right before,
October 2019.
Yeah, exactly. And so as you all know, there was like a huge awakening in entrepreneurial spirit in Belize. And so I think it definitely just put the gears in motion for us, because we had, entrepreneurs coming up left, right, and center, amazing Belizean products. And we felt really proud that we had a platform that we could promote these products on, and we could be a voice for these people who wouldn't necessarily have that online placement if not for Belize On.
I mean, talk about timeliness. You knew
they
what
knew
the
pandemic
world
was coming.
No, you had some insight,
Yep.
because I mean, it was so timely. Belize On in a period where we moved more to digital communication and digital modes of doing business, when that face-to-face, that contact was limited. And so now you speak about the fact that you've grown. How has the population that you serve, how have they responded to this transition?
Yeah, I think it's been great, because I think the public recognizes the shift that is happening globally, that we're going to all have to eventually become digital in order to survive. And so this transformation is really consumer driven, right? And so we feel that we are answering the questions of the customers. And I think that's what's important, is that this transformation means that we'll be able to be around for the next 5 decades.
So tell us about your services.
Yeah.
What are the services offered? I see Belize On the way, Belize On the way, Belize On Dropbox.
Yeah, so it's 3 services in our digital ecosystem, and the first one is the Belize On online marketplace, which is really rooted in that local connectivity. We are connecting Belizean businesses with Belizean customers all over the country. And like I said, we have over 2,000 products, and you can go shop it today and get it delivered to your door, right? Today. Always, anything, anytime, anywhere, we're always open, right? Okay. That's the beauty of being digital. Okay. And then we have our Belize On Dropbox, which is our door-to-door delivery service. And we come, you book your Dropbox with us online, and we pick up from your door and deliver it to where you want us to deliver it countrywide, right?
It's like Amazon.
Yeah. Is it comparative to Amazon?
Of course, we are in that age, and
we hope as easy to use as Amazon is, and as good on customer service, or maybe a little better. But the vision that we had when we kicked this off in October 2019 was, we started off wanting to do an e-commerce site for Carlish Menzies.
Okay.
And I had this whole notion, anybody who had to sit around me and listen to my noise at that point would hear me say, I want people to be able to order wine at 3 a.m. if that's what their mood is. And why can't I sell stuff online?
Why not?
I know, why not? Exactly. So you like where I went?
I like this vision.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I had this conversation with the right person in earshot, and she's part of the team now actually it's a formidable team, because we have a development team that works with us. And within 2 weeks, we had a full-fledged e-commerce website. And then we looked at it, and those of you who know my private sector advocacy background will understand what came next. We looked at it and we said, this is too good to keep to ourselves. We've got to share this with other businesses. And I spoke to a couple of local producers who I've known for a long time, and they came on board, and one after the other. And all of it was basically taking the pain points out of, especially if you're a local entrepreneur, you're very focused on, if you make vases, you focus on making the best vase you can. Because I have to say with Belize products, when you see a Belizean product, it is quality.
Yeah.
So all these folks, the idea was we focus on you, leaving you to make your product and make it to the best you can, and we just worry about getting it sold for you, getting you paid, getting it to your customer, making sure they're happy, and the customer, because you had that Facebook fraud thing going on at the same time, the customer is guaranteed they will get what they asked for.
So the merchant just focuses on
producing.
Right. You do what you do best, and we help you with the rest of it. So that was the genesis of Belize On. And then the pandemic came. That part is a piece of history. But along the way, we saw demands for shipping outside of the site itself. And so Belize On Dropbox came to be. And we figured, okay, we'll work that. And it's done very well. And then I left the company, which is part of growth and transition. So the folks that took over realized food delivery could be a lot better. So they developed a full software suite around restaurant management of orders and food delivery as well. And so, you know, this is where you have this group of restaurants on there, and they don't have to worry about getting food to the customer.
You sound like you have an amazing team.
They are an amazing team, and I stay out of their way. I see the monthly reports, and I'm good to go.
So let's talk a bit about how a purchase is made. I think that's one of the questions that Belizeans would ask. All right, so how do I navigate the site to find what it is that I'm looking for? And how do I make a purchase if I want to?
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest competitive advantages of our digital ecosystem is that we're handling the technical side of things, we're handling the operational side of things, and we're handling all the logistics. So we have the opportunity to really have control over all of this and making sure that, you know, customers are getting the best service possible, right? So when we talk about that payment gateway, you're able to go online and make a purchase using your credit card or debit card. You're able to book a Dropbox using cash, and we're also, of course, we're moving forward with our digital landscape, so you're able to even use eCash on our Belize On the Way app as well. So we try to make it as the customer journey as seamless as possible for the customer, and the site we think is very user friendly, and it's obviously been something where someone uses our service and they always come back.
So basically, if I want food, I could go on Belize On
the Way,
find the restaurant I want to purchase from, make a payment with my card, and guaranteed my food will be delivered to my party.
It happens every day.
It happens every day. If I want a wine at 3 in the morning, though, are we talking?
Well, you can order it at 3 in the morning.
You can order it at 3 in the morning.
We can order at 3 in the morning, but we'll be there the next morning to deliver.
Although I think they're working on a solution for that too.
Yeah, we're always thinking, always thinking, always working. But like I said, the demands, and we try to meet them.
And your team delivers across Belize City in terms of the products, or are we talking across the country?
So for Belize On the Way, we're currently operating in Belize City, but for Belize On, we are countrywide. For Belize On Dropbox, we do deliveries countrywide.
So just to kind of come back full circle with this, Belize On is Carl H. Menzies. Carl H. Menzies is Belize On.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And now we have this online platform where it's basically Amazon. And you are expanding your delivery service, your merchant, and so forth. Is there a point where Belize On will collaborate with the e-wallets?
Already are.
Already are.
Already
okay.
are.
So talk to us about that.
One is on Belize On the Way at the moment,
Belize
and they're looking to take that further. And then you're in discussions with.
We're in discussions. We're in discussions with all the mobile wallets in the country, and we want to make sure that at the end of the day, accessibility is what's important. So if you're using a certain mobile wallet solution, we want you to be able to use our service as well. So we're open to working with everyone to make sure that this service is as accessible for every Belizean across the country.
And we love that it's at the touch of a button on your phone.
Of course.
So you could pull out your device and do what you do. What are you most proud of about this transition?
You know, the innovation. I think there's two things. There's the connectivity and the innovation. What we see on the connectivity side is the idea of taking a dispersed amount of small businesses from throughout the country and being able to pull them in together into one massive network where Belizeans can access all of it in one go. That's one aspect. And then the other is that they have an idea today, and by tomorrow there's a rollout happening.
Yeah.
So I stay out of their way. Stay out of their way.
I honestly think that's what internally motivates our team, because at the end of the day, we understand that we're changing a culture here in Belize. You know,
indeed.
there's a global digital shift, but we're working on the forefront to be the first to be a part of that local shift here. So our team, you know, sometimes it's not easy, you know, having to make sure that we have that educational aspect as well, but it's all worth it when you see us rolling out with new products months after, and we're able to expand. So we're a small but mighty team that really feels proud of what we've been able to accomplish.
Yannick, you were here March, and I still have Belize on the way in Belmopan. You were here in September, and I still have Belize on the way to Belmopan.
Please invite me back, and I'll be sure to have.
I'm just saying there's a pattern here.
I'll be sure to have Belize on the way. Ready
you know where you will have to announce Belize on the way Belmopan, right?
You can be our ambassador for Belize on the way Belmopan.
There you go.
So you just let me know what restaurants you want and start reaching out to them.
We had the same conversation the last time, and it never happened, right?
So there's an app.
Yes.
So it's an app. It's not just not only.
Yes, it's available mobile and desktop for Belize on, and then the app for the food delivery Belize on the way.
Belize on the way is strictly app.
It's strictly mobile. Yeah.
Yes.
Application.
It's a very easy way to navigate the website as well. Everything is there for you to see, purchase. You click the item, put it in your cart, make your purchase order, and then.
See, we love to hear that. Good.
Right, there you go. There you go.
And I think actually this, from an e-commerce perspective, we're about the only site in Belize that does allow you to pay as you purchase.
Yeah.
Which is something that,
I love it.
you know.
Yeah.
But any final words? Is there anything we missed when it comes to Belize on and the legacy that is Carl H. Menzies?
Well, the legacy continues. This is the new chapter, and Carl H. Menzies owns and remains very much a part of the Belize on DNA. I think Mr. Menzies is smiling from where he is. But you know, it's one of the things that I realized when you're dealing with a family business, if you want to carry it beyond generations, you have to carry it beyond family. So I'm going to say here, because you've mentioned it a couple of times, I think the next chapter of Carl H. Menzies is going to be great. It's going to be dynamic because it has a team that believes absolutely in what we do and in what it will do for the country itself. And I think we're excited. We're excited.
I'm super excited for it as well, as a Belizean product.
I am excited that I am seeing the history take place as we're rolling it out.
Yeah,
we are a part of that rollout.
Well, a few decades from now, we could say we were
there.
Yeah.
We're there when he put it at Belmopan.
Yannick, you can't announce that anywhere but open your eyes.
I have to send you a personal press release.
But Yannick, Kay, thank you both so much for coming in. We look forward to the growth.
Thanks for having us on. We're excited. So.
And with that, we're going to take our next break.
When we come back,
Carnival.
All utility companies accept eCash payments. What's even better? You get to split bills with your roommates, siblings, or whoever you desire. Simply open your eCash app, go to Bill Pay, tap the respective utility company, enter the information, and pay the bill. Then tap the transaction made. Tap Split the bill. Select Evenly. Send the request to who you are splitting the bill with and get notified when they pay. Talk about making life easy and avoiding confusion. You can split the bill for restaurants, grocery stores, and for any eCash payment you make. To find your next yummy meal, hair treatment, or chill spot, simply open the app and utilize the geolocation service to see nearby businesses that accept eCash. Geolocation and bill payment make life a whole lot easier.
Messi! Off goal! What a goal from Leo Messi! What an incredible strike from Leo Messi! Neymar and Messi standing over this. Messi. Oh, what a goal from Lionel
Great
Messi.
entertainment stays with you, and we bring you great entertainment. Next Gen, the ultimate digital experience.
Download the SmartStream app on the Android Play Store and create your account to get access to movies and stream at home or on the go. Prepaid customers can purchase regular data packages or get a discounted rate on a special SmartStream package by dialing 7737. Postpaid customers will be billed monthly. Never miss a movie again with SmartStream.
Great Belize Productions Channel 5, proud winner of 9 Caribbean Media Awards for 2021. Best Investigative Report, Best News Item, Best Coverage of People with Disabilities, Best Financial Literacy Journalism, Best Videographer, Best Television Commercial Spot, and the People's Choice Award, with 2 special mentions for Financial Literacy Journalism.
Carnival is back on the streets again, and the best seat in the house is right here on Channel 5. Tune in on Saturday, September 3rd at 1 p.m. to catch our coverage featuring all things Carnival, from the King and Queen competition to mass camps to Juve, and leading up to this year's Road March. We'll bring you the sights and sounds of this year's Carnival live on Channel 5 and streamed on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Don't miss Carnival Road March 2022, live on 5.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5 Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
And we'll be back in a few, so stay tuned. Thanks, Jen. Hey there, we know you have to head out to work shortly, but don't forget that you can stay tuned by watching us on our Facebook live stream. Find us at Open Your Eyes BC, and you can continue watching there. You can also download Facebook Watch on your streaming device, and you can watch at your own convenience.
And for all the behind the scenes fun, follow us on Instagram at OYE Belize. So,
find us
and follow us
today.
Reduce your risk of viral illness like the flu or the coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water or with an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing or sneezing with a tissue. Throw away, then wash hands immediately. Avoid close contact with anyone who has the cold or flu-like symptoms. If you become ill, please visit your doctor or nearest health center and share your travel history. A health and wellness message from your Ministry of Health.
All right, so we're back, and who ready for Carnival Road March 2022? We're back on the road.
On the road.
It's been some time, April.
It has.
It has
2
been
years.
2 years. What has felt like a season of drought and depression for carnival lovers, for road marchers and masqueraders. Well, it's finally back.
Here.
Carnival 2022. And in studios with us this morning, we have the Colette Royals Carnival Group. And we have on set the leader, Miss Samantha Sabaranis. She is the band leader. Good morning, Miss Sabaranis.
Morning, 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 morning.
How are you this morning? You're ready for the road?
You're ready
for Saturday?
Yes. We're almost there.
We're
almost there.
Tell us a bit about the work that you've had to put in to get ready for Saturday. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, people might say it's an annual thing, so you should be used to it by now, but it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
And every year brings its own challenges.
Of course.
Every year brings more preparation depending on the theme you want to portray.
Right.
Some teams might allow you to do minimal work, whereby some team will allow you to go beyond and above, right? So it all depends on the team that has been chosen, and then you will know how much work you need to put in, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lot. I mean, even if the team doesn't permit a whole lot of design, because of the amount of costumes you need to make for a junior group, your costumes are more, let me say, I won't say detailed, but more cover up, so it takes more time than a senior group, right? Because a senior group, you might find a lee waistband and a lee, which is not much, but for kids, you know, they have to be covered up. So your costumes for juniors takes more time. More time.
Which brings me to my next question. Talk to us about the Colette Royal Revelers and the group. So you did mention it's a junior group.
Yes.
What else should we know about?
Colette Royal Revelers has been in existence since 2015. We took a break 2019, well, not because we want, right? But because Corona came upon us, so we had no choice, right? My group today consists of mostly girls, well, all girls. There are some boys who want to join, but you know there is a stigma placed on boys who dance carnival, so
unfortunately.
Yeah, you try wheeling in, but it's behind, it's at the back of their mind, so you can't really talk me out of it. I mean, it's a sad situation because carnival is a joyous time. It's a time where everybody wants to celebrate and have fun. But unfortunately for the little boys, except if that person is dancing the king costume, then you know, oh, I'm a king, so I have to be a boy. But besides that, man, it's really sad with the stigma that has been placed on, oh, if a boy dance carnival,
it means something else.
Way, right? It means something else. So, but at carnival practice, they are there.
step to step, they do the step exactly just like the girls. They don't miss a beat, right? So that's the fun part of it.
So what's the theme that you guys are seeking to portray this year?
My theme for this year is through the eyes of our survivors, you are stronger than you think.
Okay.
Through the eyes of our survivors. The reason I chose that theme is because as a teacher, you keep up to date, right?
Yeah, of course.
You listen to the news over and over, and in the news, there have been a lot of reports of child abuse, domestic violence, and crime, right? Those three stands out to me vividly, right? So I said, you know what? I think this is a perfect thing to do. Reason being that, yes, we watch the news. There are some people who don't watch the news. So for those who do not watch the news, I said, okay, through Carnival, I can still expose this theme, right? Still let those who don't have a television set knows what is happening in our country, right? So I decided to do Through the Eyes of the Survivors, and that led me to my first group being, well, I put the focus on child abuse, right? So if you notice my front group backpack, which is that red and gold and orange
this is your
and
group
yellow.
that
Yes, that
there?
is my group,
Awesome.
yes. They carry the faces of children that have been abused, right? My second group, which is the purple and the blue, that's domestic violence, right?
Yeah.
You will notice that there is a purple ribbon on that costume, which is for domestic violence survivors. And there is also some butterflies, and the butterfly signifies rebirth, which means that, yes, you have gone through a tragedy that nobody wants to go through. However, you are still here. You are given a second chance at life. And so why not live it, right? Don't let it stop you. Yes, the hurt will be in your mind. It will never leave you, but you have a second chance of life. Just push through, right? And my last section, yes, we have crime on us, but I decided to do, instead of sticking on the negative and speak on crime, let me speak towards peace and hope. If we work towards peace and we create peace, we will not be divided, we will be united, show togetherness. If we live as one, I mean, what better world would it be?
So talk to us about Mass Camp and how the preparations for the costumes and the designs.
Yeah, because those are some
beautiful,
very beautiful,
sparkly,
but they look like they take a
long time.
So
the preparation.
Yes.
Tiring.
Do you have a team behind you helping with that?
That's why you notice that, right? She's still a sparkle.
Yes. My team behind me, I can say it's like a team of 4 of us.
Okay.
Me, I have my sister, I have 2 nieces, and then I have a couple nephews that comes in when it's crunch time, right? But basically, it's just my family. And I only have 2 sisters, right?
Wow.
One is working and one is not. And so that one that is not working, that's my right hand, right?
Yeah.
So if I have to go to school for a workshop, she takes over. If I have to run out for something, she takes over. But it's not a lot of us, right?
Wow.
But in terms of the preparation, it's been a lot. It's been a
It's
lot. For Mass Camp, what happened with Mass Camp, my welder was kind of late with my backpack for my second section. So the day of Mass Camp, I did not have a backpack for my second section, and I was worried because I had a workshop that day and I was all the way in Boom. So I am in Boom, but my mind was here, right? My mind was here. I got my backpack late, but thanks to my sister, and then I tried to reach down at least by 4 because Mass Camp was 6. So between 4 to 6, I actually completed that backpack for Mass Camp. So it was, man, it was tiring.
Yeah, because for those who may not know, Ms. Samantha is also a teacher.
Yes, at Boom Methodist.
And so this for you is a labor of love.
Yes,
why do you continue to do it?
The kids, I mean, first of all, you can't be a teacher if you don't love the profession, right? You have to love the profession and children for you to be a teacher. If you're not passionate about that, that's not the profession for you, right? So that trickles down to my group. I mean, my group consists of lone children. So it just, my professional job trickles down into my, what would I say? The love of Carnival, right? So I know how to deal with kids, and that kind of put a little ease on me when I have to do my choreographing and things, because when I speak, they listen, right?
Yes.
It comes out naturally. So in that era, it's not too difficult for me to control my kids.
So we know you have your kids here to give us a little taste of what we can expect for September. So talk to us about the dancing.
The dancing, I have my niece who helps me with my moves, my little choreograph, right? I do what she do too, right? That's how I learn it, right? Certain steps, yes, I switch and I do my little adjustments, but overall, she does that. That's her duty, right? I leave that up to her. I do the designing and I try to leave that part up to her, right? Because if I do that choreograph, it will take away time from me having to design and prepare my costumes, right? So while I am designing and preparing, she is outside handling my little practice, right?
Okay.
So I have 6 dancers here with me. I was hoping to get them into costume, but because crunch time.
You know the Saturday Carnival, so we want to make sure that their costumes, they're shape Saturday. So we don't mind dismissing that for today. Just so that Saturday everything could be perfect. But what we are excited about this morning is to see your dancers in action, and April done says she going to dance.
I never made no promises to you.
So let's hear it for your girls. Would you tell us about your girls as we go over to them?
Okay, this dance that you're actually going to see is a part of my judging point dance form.
Okay.
They didn't want to do it, right? They did not want to do it, but I told them, I mean, it's only 2 days away. What can they take away from you between 2 days, right? So it's only a portion of it. It is still not my full routine. It is just a portion, right? It's a little snippet of.
But it's just a little taste, right?
Yes, it's just a little taste.
And it's on national TV, so you're showing the whole country, and you're perhaps one of the first to do it here on Open Your Eyes for Carnival season. So you ladies are pioneers.
All right, so
when we're ready,
we're ready?
Cue the music, and let's get it started with
the Colette Royal Revelers.
Attack,
Good job. Good job.
And
Good
Paul
job.
is officially part of the Royal Colette Revelers.
All right, I just
group.
want my costume, and we set. Anyways, we're gonna
Next
take
one.
a break. April.
Yeah, we'll take a break.
And we'll be right back to wrap up this segment. The energy nice, the vibes hype in our studio right now, and we are continue dance during the break, and we'll come right back to wrap up the show. Hover.
Hey.
I'm always on the go, and the country is my home. So when I want to get away from it all, I immerse myself with my favorite movies, all from the new Smart Stream app. It's easy to use this service. Purchase your movies from the app and use your mobile data, Smart Stream data packages, or smart broadband to stream and enjoy.
Be like me and stream on the go with Smart Stream.
V-Bucks by Benny's, Belize's newest multi-brand rewards program. To access V-Bucks, download the mobile app or access the website portal at bbucks.bz and set up your account. If you already have a Benny's account, chances are you already have V-Bucks. Don't let them go to waste. To earn V-Bucks, make a purchase at any Benny's location or at any of these Benny's entities, namely Island Freight Forwarders, Best Manufacturing, Benquip, and B-Mart. Once V-Bucks are earned, reward yourself. Use V-Bucks to buy items or exchange for cash. You can also double, triple, or even quadruple your V-Bucks on promotional days. It is simple. Purchase, earn, redeem. Loyalty is always rewarding with V-Bucks. Brought to you by Benny's, celebrating 75 years of quality and savings.
Your life just got a lot less complicated with Belize Bank Contactless MasterCard Debit Card. Introducing our Standard Debit and MasterCard Platinum Debit Cards. Now you can make purchases anywhere MasterCard is accepted with one tap, pay and go. Your contactless card never has to leave your hands, especially in these times. And your card is embedded with multiple layers of security. Platinum card holders get to enjoy extra benefits like price protection, purchase protection, trip inconvenience, and luggage protection, just to name a few. Start enjoying a cashless lifestyle today with the Belize Bank.
Carnival is back. Back on the streets again, and the best seat in the house is right here on Channel 5. Tune in on Saturday, September 3rd at 1 p.m. to catch our coverage featuring all things Carnival. From the King and Queen competition to mass camps to Juve and leading up to this year's Road March. We'll bring you the sights and sounds of this year's Carnival live on Channel 5 and streamed on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Don't miss Carnival Road March 2022 live on 5.
And we are back. I am so happy I was here to witness this whole event.
Yeah.
I saw Paul cutting. It was great.
It
was a wonderful way to end this show. I would have joined you, but I can't fit in heels. Sorry.
You know, sometimes you just have to kick their heels off and say to mix with it.
My contract said that.
Get ready, April, because make sure you bring on your dancing shoes Saturday, if no other day, because based on where we sit just now, you could imagine the energy when we're there on the road Saturday. I don't know how they do it for the entire route, but they get it done.
It's exactly what she said. It's that love for Carnival and that passion for Carnival that makes them just get through, because I could imagine that it's hours and hours dancing nonstop, and these girls were not ready to finish. They were continuously dancing even after we came off. They said that so was Paul. But we'd like to thank all of our guests this morning who tuned in to join us. But before we go, we got a birthday shout out. We would like to say a very, very special happy birthday to Jenny Vasquez. Happy birthday, Jenny. I love them shades. Is it glasses or is it shades? I don't know.
And they bangs well and they pop too.
The pop. I like it. I like it.
What you calling that baby here?
You can't ask me because I don't know. But happy birthday to you, Jenny. We hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday today. Yes. And with that, if you have any questions, concerns, or a birthday shout out of your own, you can always drop us a line right here at oye@channel5news.com. If you want to catch our live stream, comment on our live stream whenever we have our little chit chat and banters, you can go to Open Your Eyes BZ on Facebook and OYE Belize on Instagram. Thank you so much for tuning in. You actually woke up this morning, started your morning right with us. Tune in tomorrow when you open your eyes and
start your morning right.
You better pack you, Paul. Be sure to keep your eyes, your mind,
and your heart opened.
Have a great day. Goodbye, Belize, tomorrow.
Peace.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.